Hey Alex, it's everyone, and welcome to this Marvel Snap video. We're going to be discussing the Prowler, the latest card to enter the Series 5 packs of Marvel Snap. Is the card good? Yes, it is. Did I like it? Yes, I did. Do I think it's worth having in your collection? Yes, I do. Should you FOMO in on it? Well, that depends. But more or less, let's talk about the Prowler, the 3/4 that reads, on reveal, add 2 Thief's Tools to your hand and set their costs to 0 if a card moved last turn. Could be your card, could be their card. A card has to move. The skills, there are 3 of them. You're adding 2 of them. 66% chance to get either one at any given point of time. Oh, we're doing math. We have the Flight Harness on reveal. Give your highest power card here +1 power and move it to the right. We clap some cheeks with that one. Then we had the Remote Mines on reveal. Afflict the 2 highest power enemy cards here with -2 power. And then we have the Vibro Shock Gauntlets on reveal. Give your highest power card here +2 power and you get +1 energy next turn. These are all fantastic. The Prowler is fantastic. Here's the thing. Even if you don't get a card moving next the prior turn and they still cost 1, for 1, these are all pretty good. These are all really good for 1 cost skills, regardless of whether or not they're free. Of course, you take free if you can. But I came away pretty impressed with the Prowler. My gameplay, we ranked effectively, our win rates were high, the decks felt like they were well designed, and they felt like they had answers to the current meta, which I certainly appreciated. The Prowler was a very natural inclusion in several legit meta lists, and so as a result, I feel relatively confident that the Prowler is going to be a card that you can incorporate into your deck building. Will he crack some of the top 10 decks? It's entirely possible he does, especially if something with like a Coccia, Nicholas Sparks style deck, Nicholas Sparks, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If those cards start to really do well, like you're adding so much additional utility with these amount of skills we're adding to the game, and the Prowler skills are amongst the absolute best ones. So I feel like he's going to age well, even if he doesn't immediately find himself in a meta list. Although honestly, I would not be surprised if he does. It's a good card, and he was very effective at doing cool things in the games. In fact, he had some good snap equity because of the Flight Harness. We were able to kind of reposition our board in a way that our opponent probably didn't expect. Flight Harness was an absolute cube stealer and a cheat clapper, which I certainly appreciate. Now, of course, your resources are limited. Is it worth chasing the Prowler? I definitely think he's worth having in your collection, but of course you have to kind of do a little bit of inventory as to whether or not you feel like it's worth it. At the end of the day, I think you can confidently pick him up. I think he's worth having. Though you don't lose out if you decide to wait towards the end of the week to see if he ends up making some of the top 10 decks of the week, if his stats hold up. We do release the podcast on Monday, giving you a full day with kind of like that overview and a general, review of the card to determine whether or not it's worth getting, right? Should you FOMO? You should never FOMO. But if you're going to FOMO on any of the cards this month, this is probably the one you could do so. Anyways, let's talk about the decks. Prowl Scream was by far my favorite version of Prowler to play because honestly, it was just really good. Not only were a lot of people playing Prowler and a lot of people playing move decks, and this deck just does really good against it because it's Scream, the deck just has multiple win cons, and the Prowler does really well in kind of generating some legitimate momentum for you, whether or not you're flight harnessing and getting that Hydro Stomper bigger or doing some other cool shenanigans. The problem is everyone's playing skills, and so ultimately if you find yourself playing against a lot of skills, that messes up Arrow pretty significantly, to the point that I actually came to the realization they need to buff Arrow so that she moves the last character played and not the last card played, because sometimes you're just scammed, right? That might be a really viable buff, and so you can take Arrow and add Cannonball if you so desire. But honestly, this deck was good. It was a great meta call, all things considered, and if you pull the Prowler and you want to play something, this is the one to play. And it's actually pretty notable that you can play Prowler on turn 5 and just use those things for free. Like, he has that versatility of, like, you don't have to play him on 3, you don't have to play him on 4. Playing him on 5 and hitting a, doing a Silk into Prowler play, that's kind of cool. Well, no, that doesn't work because you have to play the prior. You know what I mean, right? As long as you're moving something like on turn 4, you do like a Silk Spider-Man or a Silk Craven or whatever. On turn 5, you play the Prowler down with another 2 cost, like Scream or whatever, and you still get that effect. You adding free skills to your hand, and you get to utilize them, right? So I liked this deck a lot. It was by far my favorite one. Not to say that it was the only one, because Prowl by Night, I tried to cook a bit, okay? I was like, listen, I know Werewolf by Night's going to be popular. People are going to play Werewolf by Night. I wanted to play more Deafening Chord. And I thought to myself, you know what? What if we tried to really cook here? What if we tried to lean into cards that aren't seeing a lot of play? Like, we got Nicholas Scratch here, we got Coccia, we got Kahori. Can we make some magic happen? Now, before you think I'm coping way too hard, with Merlin and everything, you're actually generating a lot of skills, and you get to like get Nicholas Sparks to pretty legit power, like 8 power. That's not crazy. And we said this before, Nicholas Sparks, what ends up happening is as more skills get added to the game, his value increases. Deafening Chord's a good card, and it's a great card when you're adding additional power to Nicholas Scratch. With Werewolf, I figured, you know what? We got a lot of skills bounced around with the on reveals, and Kahori made sense because you have Hawkeye adding 2 cards to your hand. You have Merlin constantly adding a card to your hand. You have, obviously, the Prowler adding 2 cards to your hand. Kahori can hit Clea. There's some benefit there, honestly. Kahori was hitting some pretty big hands, and I appreciate that, and so I thought Kahori would have been cool. It's a little bit of a cook. It was fun. We had some good games with it. Is it going to be like the top version of this version, like deck? Probably not. There's probably going to be a better version of Prowler Werewolf, but I wanted to play this one because I thought it was fun, and it had a bunch of cards I hadn't really played in a while. And then we're going to go to Prowling Horde. This deck was really good. I think the Horde's in a really good spot right now. The buffs that we got as the Horde was exiting the season have really proven to be very good. This is essentially a Zombie Witch, Zombie Sentry, Giant Zombie Man. I did that on purpose. I was going to say Zombie Giant Man, but I'm like, I want to say it wrong on purpose. But then explaining my joke makes it less funny. But long story short, this deck is really good. Prowler works really well. You get the skills, you make them free, and then you pump into the Scarlet Witch and Angela and stuff like that. And you're just laughing. I found that Zombie Mr. Fantastic is pretty cool when you obviously activate going into the Zombie Giant Man, into the Absorbing Man type of stuff, right? It gives you a lot of versatility. You can also follow up the Zombie Sentry with Absorbing Man if you so desire. Lots of versatility, lots of options. I like it. And overall, I think this deck is good too. I think it's really good. And outside of the move season, when we start seeing like just regular gameplay again and whatever comes out next season, right? Which is still some cool cards. It wouldn't surprise me if this ends up being one of the top performing versions for the Prowler. But this week, I definitely think that if you want to, cook and clap some cheeks, you're definitely going to want to do the Prowl Scream. I think this is a very well designed deck for the meta and the conditions you find yourself in. So, at the end of the day, is Prowler worth it? Yeah, I like this card a lot. I think it was really good. I think it's worth chasing if you want. No problem with waiting to the end of the week to see how the stats shake up. But damn, I did enjoy this card. And the gameplay highlights are actually insane. We had some legitimately insane wins, insane losses, insane experiences. And you got to find them on Twitch TV, man. Join us on Twitch if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Check to make sure that you are subscribed if you have not checked already. There's a lot of you guys that are probably not subscribed and you don't even realize it. The videos just pop up all the time, right? Just helps support the channel, of course, and make sure that we can stay in touch. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Now, this deck is a little weird. I'll admit. It's a little bit of a bizarre one. But we're trying to cook. We're trying to do some fun stuff. Temporal manipulation right off the top. A little bit of deck thinning there. You love to see it. Borderline snappable condition. We have 2 Agamottos. Not one, but 2 Agamottos. Sam Wilson, Captain America. Okay. We have some Clea gameplay. Now, if we Clea on Shuri's Lab, she will get buffed. This is kind of interesting. So is this. This is equally interesting. I would usually snap here, but I don't want to tilt them out. Also, Winds of Watum into Fist Tower is kind of filthy, but I think I like it. Get clogged, noob. Can you believe we're playing a Nicholas Scratch deck? What in God's name? One big man dropping another 5 gifted subscriptions. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, of course the shield can move. Yeah. Of course. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's unbelievable. We're going to go Marvel Boy onto the right. I'm going to go Nicholas Scratch onto the right. And we are going to benefit from lots of options on this next turn. Wow. We got some Madam Web gameplay. I wonder if they're going to be moving to the right. Okay, we got Prowler. The Prowler has arrived. But, like, we got these Agamottos. I think what I'm going to do is this. Prowler into Winds of Watum. And then we have, like, a ton of stuff we get to do. This might be fun. Oh, yeah, we got a Winds mid. So they just giving there? Is that what the plan is? This is a casual -17 there. Cleo, no! They've murdered Cleo! They have murdered Cleo! You absolute scumbag! You dirty scumbag! I think we win. I think what we're going to do is we're going to win mid. Okay? Watch. We Flames. We Remote Mines. We Agamotto. Okay? We Flight Harness. We move Agamotto mid after pumping this. What do you guys think? Now, Mercury's there. But I think they move Mercury. Let's see. I don't know. They moved Mercury. My assumption was correct. We are generating value. Nicholas Sparks over there, loving life. Look at this play. Uh-oh. Is that a BM fist bump or are they... No. That is a respect fist bump. We got it. That was an absolutely beautiful game of Marvel Snap. That was legitimately an absolutely beautiful game of Marvel Snap. And I want to say thank you to each one of you for being here. I have enjoyed playing Prowler. That has been my experience thus far. Prowler seems like a good card. Very good card. Okay. We can Winds of Watum this card. The problem is if they're playing Destroy, winding something like a Deadpool's so much better, but let's just stay on curve maybe. Plus this moves, Prowler gets to proc. Prowler gets to do his thing. We'll have a nice full hand. We can turn for Kahori. It's one of the reasons why Kahori's in the deck. That's a Moira gameplay, alright. I think I want the extra energy. But I also want Cleo out. I think I do this. Drop this. We're dumping our hand a lot. But we can King Eitri into Clea Kahori. And then we can play Agamotto, Flight Harness. This is not bad, man. This is not bad. That's a cool play. I mean, destroying their Carnage is kind of weird, I guess. I mean, that was not great. It's not the best play I've ever seen. I would snap, but I don't want them to be sad. Images of Icon. So we Kahori now for the hand size. And then, no, sorry, you Eitri now for the hand size into Kahori. The only problem is you're going to go 5. Potential double pump Clea. 6, 7. Hopefully we still draw. Would like to hit Clea, of course. There's the ball sacks. We got a lot of skills. Man, I'm telling you right now, if we draw into to Nicholas Sparks. It's probably a pretty good play. So they have their death probably. Nicholas Sparks, what a gamer. Okay, this is kind of a cool play. Shield, Nicholas Sparks, Flames, Gauntlets, Harness, Agamotto. We might lose because I think they're going to have like Death, Null. They have tons of stuff. At the very least, a cool play. It's probably not enough, though. Yeah. Wait, we beat Tiebreaker. Victory. Yes! Tiebreaker was enough. I was expecting Null to be bigger, but I guess that makes sense because the X23 was negative, right? Let's go. That's a good one. We've got the Nightcrawler gameplay here. Do we want to just straight up go into Prowler territory? All right. We are going to Nightcrawl into Prowler. We're gaming. Well, I don't want to be in Murder World. That's not fun. Nightcrawler. We also can't do this because of that. So I guess we do this. Yay. We're going to have a lot of stuff in our hands, though. Bruh. Well, we'll have Zombie Scarlet Witch plus free things. We'll still top deck a card. We're actually going to go pretty crazy. Well, actually, no, we don't. We draw 2. That's right. Well, we still have stuff to do. Okay. We do this. I think I'm going to... As much as I want to play this on Zombie Scarlet Witch, I think I slide that in right now. Flight Harness, Remote Mines. Could also do this, but we're only playing 1 there. I think I'm okay with trying to catch them off guard. There's no way they anticipate this, right? Yeah. Bro, Hellion, you gotta be kidding me. I thought I was cooking here. Took all that risk for no reason. Mad scammed here, bro. Mad scammed. Basic Arrow. Remote Mines. Zombie Fanta. No, Zombie Fanta. Zombie Fanta into this. I might be cooked. I think Prowler's good. I think he's really good. I've been having a positive experience. Definitely a good card. There's no question. He's a good card. I think that the Scream variation of the deck is probably the most straightforward to play. Thanos. Got some Thanos gameplay. Okay. Can't beat that Thanos, man. We can definitely beat it. Can they flip right? They can't flip right, right? This should be a win. We should be able to trade left. We're pumping the Horde still. They have Mockingbird, yeah. They also get the Galacta buff too. Like, we're giving a lot of power to this horde. Yeah. Oh shit, Shongers. I still think we might be able to gap that, ironically. It's close, though. Shongers is a good play on their part. Okay, Fanta. Bro, look at that. Look at that giant zombie gentleman getting it done. That's what I'm talking about. That is a chunky boy. Even with Shongers giving us a good punteroonie, we still come out on top in that location. Wow. That just goes to show you how good Zombie Giant Man is as a closer. I love him. Giant Gombi Man getting her done. Oh, look, the game's crashing. Nice. This is normal. Cool. What a positive gameplay experience this is. Just always crashing. I can't click any buttons. I can't do anything. It's a very, very positive experience right now. Bad Boy Nero, good to see you. Let's go. Big Juicy Weedle. Thanks so much. I'm learning Riftbound. I need to make the Wolf Guy deck. Nice. Yeah, so there is a chance. I'm working on some details. But there is a chance that I will be able to provide you gamers with a podcast related to one Riftbound game. Current plan is to release it on Tuesdays.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
And stay tuned. Stay tuned for perhaps a very fun, exciting announcement. Let's go! Let's go, baby! Free real estate! You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. What a day to be alive. We got some bar with no name gameplay. It's a great day to be a Marvel Snap player. Let me see here. What do I want to do? Scream this guy's cheeks or what? Scream, but Scream's a little like slow. But also I want to steggy something mid to the right. I got to do this. Do we vibro shock? I think we vibro shock right now. Give him the shocker? Do we give him the shocker? That is the question I ask myself today. All right. Let's just get the one extra energy here. We'll have 6. Okay, we'll have 6 on turn 5. This is okay. Because we can't really activate Scream. Is it worth even screaming here? I think it is. Fine, let's do this. Cool animation. We have some aggressive Victoria Hand gameplay here. Oh, they think they're cooking. The problem is that Scream is going to... so I have to almost do this. Pull, then Steggy. It is getting juiced by their own Victoria Hand. Let's do this. No. I do have to do this, though. Craven, this. Flight Harness now. I'm going to Flight Harness now. I'm imagining they play on that Agony. Let's see if we're cooked. It's Nico Minaru. Either one is going to put us in the green on bar with no name. Unfortunately, Scream's going to take 2 power off them. Damn it. That's not what we wanted. But it's okay. It'll do. It'll do. This is tricky, because if I pull Hood, we're scammed, right? Pull this. So this would be... Just thinking how we want to do this. Because you could do this, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth. It's not worth. Eight cubes, man. We can just sauce 8 cubes against the wall here. How cooked are we? It's 8. Can we do it? Hydra Stomper. We're putting a lot of power down there, honestly. Polaris. Morales. Oh shit, that's a lot of power too. They cooked us. They cooked us for 8. Damn it! I almost believed for a sec we might have done it. I almost felt like we might have done it. But we're cooked for 8. Good on them. And I mean, these demons are huge too. They're 10 power demons with the double Victoria hands. We're able to hold the bar with no name. Short on the power on the left side here. It was close. But the Victoria hands and the Moonstone was the difference. They got the pop off. And we are just short. Had we been able to make a little bit more moves for this Hydra Stomper or even the Scream, we just needed one more proc on something. One more proc is all we needed. Here we go. Now we're against Bumble here. What is Bumble? Bumble reminds me of something. Bumble is something. Snap. I think I Scream mid. I think I'm okay with screaming mid. Do I want to scream mid? I think I scream here maybe. And then we snap into Scream, who's free real estate right now, honestly. We probably are okay to Polaris one of these guys. Problem is Batrock's gonna jump. It's alright. Apparently Batrock does not jump. Mercury Craven gameplay. Kind of wild. Well, the shield won't move now. I think I'm okay to do Prowler. Adding 6 to our deck, though, is crazy. Turn 5. I almost want this here. We'll do this. I don't love this. Okay. Got ourselves a very weird game happening here. Remote mines. We have initiative. I don't want to remote mines yet. We want to proc the Scream if possible. I think we drop this again and wait. Shield won't be able to move though. We got ourselves a very weird game. I would love if Batrock did something. Now, obviously, Craven gets a little buff here, unfortunately. Batrock leaves. Batrock gets the suck.
All systems go.
What a weird game. What a bizarre game. Now, we have our own Hydra Stomper, but he's not particularly juiced. Alright, so we're going to do. Okay, remote mines mid. Nothing moves. Dissipates. Vibranium. Into. I think what we do is we actually harness the Vibranium mid. Drop Hydra Stomper here. Let's try this line. We're going to juice the Creven, though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I love this. Brood into Jotunheim? Silver Surfer? Oh, what a win by 1! Yes! Absolutely, GG's. Wow! By 1 they cooked me. Unbelievable. Yes, GG's. That was cool. And we weren't able to get enough going off of the Scream here. We even had a bit of an advantage with Batroc. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't read them playing Surfer. I love when that happens. I love when someone hits you with a bit of a surprise on turn 6. Bumble, that's 4 cubes well earned, buddy. GG's.